Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jayla and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my Boss Babe series. So today I'm going to be talking about how I started my business and also how I customize my labels and my logos, all the customization side of my business. I'm going to be showing how I did that and what I used. So if you guys are interested in that, keep watching and I will see y'all in the next one. I started my business literally a year ago. Last month was my 1-year anniversary of my business. Pretty much for the entire year. So starting in January, I kind of went back to my business plan and my business ideas and I just went from there. So the very first thing I did was got out my notes and started writing about what I wanted, the color scheme that I wanted, the type, the type of brand I wanted and what I wanted to see in my brand, what I wanted to sell. Literally just writing everything that came out of my head. I pretty much just wrote everything down and knew what I wanted and just kind of went from there. So I just Googled business plan templates and I used all the stuff in my notes and just kind of transferred that to a business plan, and so that I could really go figure out what exactly to do, because it was definitely overwhelming when I very first started trying to figure out what to do and when to do it, especially because it's there's a whole bunch of things that people don't realize that there is to a business that you also have to do. So it's like having to think about, oh, I have to do this and then, oh, I have to do that. It gets really crazy. So definitely a business plan really helped me. It really showed me how to focus and go step by step instead of just jumping onto it at once. So I used that business plan template and I just kind of wrote out all my stuff. So I just started thinking about names. I started thinking about logos, everything like that, just so that I could start putting out feelers and start searching for the stuff that I want to sell. Into it, the first two things that I thought of were the name of my business and the logo of my business. So I just kind of wrote down a list of cute name ideas and stuff that had to do with, what I wanted in my vision. And then I just kind of played around with names and played around with ideas and stuff. So I put a lot of thought and I put honestly a lot of effort. I didn't just want to do this just to make money. I really wanted to do this. The very first mistake that I did, the logo, I paid somebody to do my logo and I used Fiverr. Fiverr and Etsy are really good places for you to get logos made. Both of them are really good websites. But the person that I paid to do my logo, I got it back. I told them my ideas, the colors that I wanted, the name of my brand, and I let them, I paid them to make my logo. And then when I got my logo, I was looking at it so I definitely just was like, you know what, thank you so much. I paid for it, obviously, but I just went and I just made my own logo because I just wanted everything a certain way and I wanted everything to have a certain look, and that just didn't really fit the look that I wanted. And so I made my logo on Canva. It took me probably about 2 hours to keep playing with it and keep testing stuff out. So after I figured out my brand name and my logo, I just went on through pretty much social media. I created my email, I created my social media, the ads for my social medias, just the little bits and pieces just that has my name on it, that has my brand on it. So when I was searching for my vendor, I just typed in mink lash vendor or mink lash wholesale and just looked at the options that they had on Google. So I just kind of looked through those and tested out a few things. So it took me a lot of work to actually find my vendor and communicate with vendors and figure out what it is that I wanted. And it also I had to research lashes in general so that I know what I'm ordering. So I found my vendor on Alibaba and I have 3 different vendors. I have my lash vendor, my lash tools vendor, and then my lash box vendor. So I have 3 different ones and it took me about 3 months to find. For the website, I use Shopify for my website. I tried to use Wix and I tried to use Big Cartel, but it just wasn't working out for me. And Shopify is super easy to navigate. It's super easy to learn. And they give you a whole bunch of tools to help you, learn about stuff. And I just Google or YouTube anything that I want to put on my website. So it got really good at website customization and stuff too. Next is shipping. I ship through USPS. Shopify also has a, collaboration, I guess, with USPS. So I ship all my orders in bubble mailers. So I have a flat rate shipping rate. So I ship through USPS. I have a 2-day shipping time and I have a 1 to 2 day processing time. So I determine my processing time from the time of day and the day that it is. So Monday through Thursday, if you order before 2 p.m., then orders will get shipped same day. But if you order after 2 p.m. or you order on the weekend, then it will get processed on that Monday or the following day. So I have a 1 to 2 day processing time and then a 2 day shipping time for standard shipping. Okay, so now I'm just gonna answer a few questions that I had previously. So people will message me on Instagram and ask me questions, and also from the previous video, and then just in general some questions to answer. So I'm gonna get into that. The first question is, how do I get people to know about my business? So for me, it was about exposure. I use social media. Social media is a really good way, and I mean the easiest way to get your brand out there and get your brand known. So I use Instagram and Twitter. I have both of those. I will tweet discount codes and I will tweet giveaways on Twitter. Just so, well, obviously you tweet on Twitter, but I would tweet discount codes and giveaways so that people specifically to Twitter would see my stuff. And then I also do that same thing on Instagram. So I'll post on my story, I'll post giveaways, I let people tag me on Instagram, and that just gets me out there, and it shows people that, you know, I'm not just taking people's money and scamming people. Like, this is a real company, and you know, she's cute. The next question is, how do you come up with prices? So I literally just sat down, I wrote a number line from 0 to 25. I found a middle number, I found the price that it costs to buy my lashes wholesale, and then I just picked a number in between that. As a consumer, you know, I don't want to spend $20 on lashes, but also as a businesswoman, I need to profit. So I just came up with a really good middle number. It's super affordable. All of my lashes and everything on my site is under $10. The next question is, how old are you? I am 22 years old. I started my business at 21, and I just turned 22 in December. So next question is, how much inventory should I order? And honestly, a lot of vendors will have an MOQ. I say just order the MOQ if it's your first time. So a MOQ stands for minimum order quantity, and so that means if they have an MOQ of 100, then you have to order 100 units of whatever it is that you're buying so that they can ship. So some brands have 500 or 300 or 50 or none at all. So it just depends. But I would say if this is your first time, or you know this is your first shipment, just order the minimum order, and then however many you divide 100 by is whatever you get. Yeah. Another question is, did you set a budget on starting your business? And no, I didn't really set a budget. I would just take money out of my check from my regular job and just put it into my business. How do you know how much to charge for shipping? So I could do an in-depth detail video on shipping just because it's a lot, and it's not really complicated, but it is complicated. They have just so many different types of shipping that you can choose from. It depends on where the order is and how heavy it is. So I will do a whole separate shipping detailed video on that if y'all are interested in that. But pretty much I charge a flat rate. Another question is, how do you keep track of profit and expenses? And I do that through Shopify. Shopify tells me everything that I profited off of, obviously, and then I just write down my expenses. So a lot of people don't realize how much you actually have to pay aside from, you know, your products. You have to pay for the website, you have to pay to start the website, you have to pay for your domain, you have to pay taxes, you have to pay for shipping products, you have to pay for labels, anything creativity wise you have to pay for. You have to pay for some of the apps that you use, you have to pay for, like, literally there's a whole bunch of other outside costs that people don't realize that there is. So I just kind of write all that stuff down and then just take all the data from Shopify and just mix it all together and keep track of it through there. The next question is, how do you get your logo on your boxes? And they have lash vendors that will do custom boxes for you. You can pick the style box that you want, and whatever it is that you want to say on it, you can pick all of that. But a lot of them do have a minimum order, so you have to purchase like 300 to get customization. So I just let my vendor, I sent them what I wanted, and then they printed it for me. Someone asked the 5 beginner steps of starting a business. I mean, I pretty much just said all that. You were taking notes, sis. But just if you want like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, have a plan, talk to vendors, pick your customization theme, build your website, and promote yourself. So I guess those are the 5 steps that you need to start a business. Next, so that's pretty much it for all of the business stuff, the important stuff. Now I'm gonna get into how I customize my brand. So I'm gonna talk about the colors, the apps that I use, thank you cards, labels, business cards, all that stuff I'm gonna get into. So for the most part, when I first started my business plan, I kind of wrote down all the colors and the style that I wanted my brand to be. So I wanted it super clean and professional, like, you know, like a business office. I wanted a pink in there. My favorite color is pink, so I wanted some pink in there. And then also blacks, grays, whites to accent. So when I built my logo, I used the app Canva. So my very first logo in Canva was this logo in Canva. It took me probably about an hour to come up with. And I just had the marble boxes with the white, and then I just had that pink. Customized this on Canva, and then I sent this logo to my box maker, and then they just printed it on there for me. And then they just printed a little message. And then honestly, I woke up one day and I was like, I hate this. So then I just created my second logo and my final logo on Over. So then I also use Over to create my little Instagram posts and Twitter posts and everything like that. I'll put a few examples of the things that I've made. And it's just really fun to me to customize my own. Okay, and then so for my packaging, I just used pink bubble mailers. So I have my mini pink mailers. This fits one Lash box. And then I have my regular mailers, and these fit, I mean, however much I want to squeeze into the package fits. And I just got these off of Amazon. Don't remember how much they were, but if you just Google bubble mailers, they have a whole bunch of different options. So these are just my Lash boxes. And they also match with the pink bubble mailers. And then the next packaging that I have is for my lash glue. So it's just a black cardboard packaging like my Lash box, but just all white logo. And then I just have my lash tweezers. They come in a clear packaging. And then I have my black Mylar bags. So I got these Mylar bags off of Amazon. They are heat sealed, so you just put a heat press here and it seals so you can tear. So it was definitely a strategic choice to have all of my packaging black, this sleek black, and then my mailer bags pink, so the pink and black pop off of each other, just like on my logo. And then for paper goods, I used the brand Avery to create everything that you use on Avery. You just go on the website and customize it yourself. So I just customize and print from home. So the first thing are these Avery glossy white large labels. I use those for labels on my Mylar bags in the front. Then I also stick them on the inside of my tweezer bags, just so that it gives a little extra customization. If someone doesn't order, you know, a pair of lashes that have my logo on it, I can put my logo on just the loose glitters that they order, or just, you know, the lash tools that they order. So I just made those on the website. Then I just have my sticker project paper. So this comes in a full like 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you can just create custom stickers. So I just create my stickers that have my lash names on them so that I can stick on my lashes. And so these are just my textured white postcards, and these are 5.5 by 4.25 size. So I just use that for the thank you cards that I put inside of my bags. Avery, sponsor me please. And then I just use these Easy Peel multi-use labels. So these are 1-inch rounds. Yeah, these are 1-inch rounds, and I don't have any printed out right now, but they're just the small ones. I just put them on the back of my glitters so that it tells the name and my logo. And then finally, I use Jot brand. So the Jot brand is a Dollar Tree brand. I use these are file folder labels, and I'll just use these to label stuff around my workstation. And then also the Jot brand shipping labels. So I use the 4x6 shipping labels. I don't have it here with me because my Dollar Tree stopped selling them, so I had to order some bulk from Dollar Tree. But they're just 4x6 labels, sticker labels, and I use those to obviously stick my shipping labels on my mailer bags. So those are $1 at Dollar Tree. I see people use regular computer paper and just cut out the labels. Don't do that, because it just takes too much time and you have to cut out individually. With the 4x6 stickers, you can just rip them off and put them on the package and done. So that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to, of course, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any business questions, comment them down below. And I will see you guys in episode 3 of my Boss Babe series.